representation of coming to America. America is known as the melting pot because of all the diverse cultures that made up our country. Today, in honor of all of those courageous enough to enter a new world, we celebrate. Long after the Pilgrims had settled in Massachusetts, 13 separate colonies were united into the United States of America. Europeans continued to flock into the land of free, and between 1880 and 1920 there was an influx of American wannabes hoping to find streets paved with gold. These immigrants believed their lives would be better.
The journey to America was treacherous. Penniless men and women and children followed their dreams aboard crowded, foul-smelling ships. Most immigrants arrived in New York City at America's busiest port. The Statue of Liberty in our glory would be welcoming the tired but anxious immigrants to their new home.
From across upper New York Bay,
Ellis Island lies in the shadow of the Statue of Liberty. Suppose for the moment that we could return to Ellis Island when it teemed its immigrants and share the experience of an immigrant's progress.
When I first arrived in this country, I was filled with so many
hopes, dreams, fears.
Hopes, dreams, fears!
One of the greatest fears is a place known as
Ellis Island, called by us the Island of Tears.
In my village, I noted this place to be inspected, and maybe it said sent home if you did not pass.
Sent home to what?
To where? I worried. I tried to convince myself that America would never send me home until I had reached her doors.
I will never forget the joy when I saw the tall buildings of New York and the Statue of Liberty.
After so many dark days on board that crowded ship, there is the symbol of all my dreams. Freedom to start out in a new life.
Then came Ellis Island.
When I landed, the noise and commotion were unbelievable. There are so many languages being spoken.
The shouting and pushing guards pulling of the big numbers on the tags attached to our coats
created more noise and confusion.
We were told, keep moving
and hurry up.
As my group was pushed along long metal railings that divided the room into passageways, immigrants walked along these passageways until they reached the first medical inspection.
Who looked at face,
hair, neck, and hands.
Interpreters asked, what's your age?
What work do you do? I walked on to where a doctor inspected me for diseases. Again, I moved to another doctor. The eye man I heard so many terrible rumors about.
I passed inspection, but the man in front was marking the E in chalk on his coat and sent to another area.
I heard them aim at deportation. For a long time, I sat on a bench in the main hall waiting for the final test. I talked anxiously with those around me and rehearsed the answers to questions I might be asked about jobs, money, and relatives. Some people said it was best to answer as fully as possible. Others said it was best to just say,
yes! No!
Finally, I went before a tired, stern-looking official who checked my name against the ship's passenger list and quickly fired questions at me.
Can you read and write?
You got a job waiting for you? Who paid your passage?
Have you ever been in prison? How much money do you have?
Let me see it now!
On and on went the questions.
Until I got more and more confused.
Suddenly, I was handed a landing card.
It was hard to believe the ordeal was over in the afternoon. My fears were unfounded. The statue in the harbor
had not turned her back on me. America had accepted me.
I am Stefan. I came to the United States with my sister from Czechoslovakia. My family in America wrote to me and said there are many job opportunities. They're holding a job for me at a paper mill.
I'm Tony. I left my family home in Italy to see a better way of life in America. I will work as a stone cutter, and when I've earned enough money, I will send for my wife and family.
My name is Andres. I'm 14 years old. I left home. My relatives wrote to me about the jobs in America. I will join my relatives in New York. They have a job for me as a butcher there.
My name is Sal. I'm a German farmer. I've come to America because the fighting going on to plant my country. I've been forced off my land. I came to America because the farmland is rich and the government is stable.
I am John Sewell. I've come from England to find a better way of life. I will work in New York City, loading and unloading ships, a job which a friend has gotten for me.
I
I'm Hans. I've brought my wife and children with me from Sweden. I've heard through friends and relatives that there are many jobs for glass blowers in America.
I will start my own business making glass bowls.
The island's empty immigrants now, and it's hard to imagine
Their laughter
And tears, echoing throughout the building.
by listening hard. However, we may still hear the sound of the many languages they spoke. Decades ago on the island of tears.
The Island of Tears.
Thank you so much for coming today and celebrating with us. You may now hug your star.